Femi Fani-Kayode, former aviation minister, he has been a critic of Buhari's administration and is known to tweet and is known to speak his own opinion. FFK blast Northern leader for giving the Igbos conditions before they vie for president. Famous political activist Femi Fani-Kayode blew out as he condemned the statement made by Northern leader Ismaila Issa Funtua concerning the Igbos. Ismaila Issa Funtua said, "Do the Igbos think we are going to give them the presidency on a platter of gold? They have to get a political party, they have to get a structure, and they have to work for it." Although many Igbos are not interested, many Biafrans are not interested in the next president, they are interested in breaking apart. But then it seems right now, what is on ground is this presidency that a lot of people are clamoring for, as many of these politicians are only interested in their own pockets. They care less about any other person. Femi Fani-Kayode outburst comes at a time when some northern political leaders are asking for the scrapping of zoning in political offices. Ismaila Issa Funtua, who is a strong ally of President Muhammadu Buhari, was also a friend of Dr. Alex Ekweme when they later contested for presidency in 1999. Funtua insisted that any Igbo who seeks to be president must first of all belong. Reacting to Funtua's view, Femi Fani-Kayode made a lengthy statement on Twitter via his handle, and I'm going to quickly go through what Femi Fani-Kayode said. He said, if the Igbo want to be president, then they must belong. Ismaila Issa Funtua belong to who? To you or your people? Just listen to this asinine and arrogant contribution coming from this unrepentant Amalekite, racial supremacist, uncircumcised Philistine, and aging Almajiri. And all of this is targeted at Ismaila Issa Funtua. And one will want to understand what it means by belonging. Belonging to who? Belonging to a party, or belonging to some secret society, or belonging to the group of people that are destroying Nigeria, or belonging to the North? I don't really get it. Who the hell does he think he is? Was he there when the Lord created the universe, established the foundations of the earth, and forged the heavenly firmament? Is he God? He wants the Igbo to belong after the heinous crimes that were perpetrated against them by the Nigerian state over the last 59 years. And after denying them their most basic and fundamental human rights, he wants the Igbo to belong after humiliating, marginalizing, and excluding them from virtually every sphere of governance and human endeavor over the last 4 years. He wants the Igbo to belong after attempting to destroy all their top businessmen and businesses, after denying them the support that he gives others. Is this creature serious? Is he in full control of his mental faculties? Does he come from another planet or another world? Is he from Nigeria, Niger Republic, Mali, or Chad? Let me give him a piece of free advice. If he wants the Igbo to belong, then he should first apologize to them for the mass murder, ethnic and religious cleansing, and genocide of 3 million Biafran civilians, including 1 million children during the Civil War. If he wants them to belong, then he should urge the federal government to stop butchering and demonizing them, and to stop treating them like slaves and animals. If he wants them to belong, they should stop calling IPOB members and Nnamdi Kanu terrorists simply because they called for referendum or independence and Biafra. If he wants them to belong, they should be fairer to them when it comes to federal appointments. If he wants them to belong, they should stop humiliating, bullying, depriving, cheating, insulting, raping, and denying them at every point in time. If he wants them to belong, they should stop slaughtering Christians and burning churches. You have the nerve to cite MKO Abiola as an example of a man that belonged and that was allowed to win an election, forgetting that your people never allowed him to exercise his mandate or to rule, and that they ended up murdering him while he was in detention. When will this insulting, patronizing, disrespectful, outdated, anachronistic, racist, provocative, infantile, petty, tongue-in-cheek, puerile assertions from unrepentant barbarians like Fontua cease? When will you accept the fact that the Igbo and indeed the entire South and Middle Belt are far more interested in a restructured Nigeria where power is devolved from the center, or indeed full-blown independence, than your accursed presidency? Get this clear and stop acting as if yours is a master race that owns our country and that was born to rule. You are not the one to determine who to rule Nigeria. God is. Now, you can see the use of words. Probably he made a mistake with that, but then you see the word rule, rule, rule. A ruler will never have pity. A ruler will always be a dictator. I thought he would use the word lead. But then when you look at the, CV, curriculum vitae of some of these people, you will realize that they are not and can never be in that position to lead because they themselves lack what it takes to lead. Now, some might say they have people around them that will guide them in the right direction. But then when we have groups of cabals that have nothing else to offer anyone but how to empower themselves, impoverish the people, get more from the country, the resources, then what else is there? It's a very tough thing. It's a very tough thing. It's a very tough one out there. Why is this country this way? I thought people have gone past this, but then they are still where they are. Now let's quickly see what people are saying. Someone here is sharing his own opinion, saying, my concern here is that the well-educated and intelligent and well-informed boss is speaking to a non-entity now, and well, illiterate Fulani. Can Funtua interpret these grammars even though he has dictionary before him? These Fulanis always display their ignorance easily. FFK, we need more people like you in the South to challenge these people. Well, it's not just FFK challenging. I think everyone should be his own mouthpiece. Everyone should be able to speak truth to power. Everyone should be able to defend their integrity. Restructure a dying entity called Nigeria and keep your presidency. It's not really our problem. You have had it all these years. Show us where your life and lives of your people are better off than that of the Igbos. When you go to the northern part of Nigeria, when it comes to suffering, abject poverty, it is all over the place. And there you see a lot of them so rich, moving back and forth. You cannot compare them to the people in the south. Now they are saying that Igbos cannot be president in Nigeria or whatever it is. Almost 50 years of those people running the show in Nigeria. What has it become? It has become nothing. Many of the politicians, even in the southeastern part of Nigeria, many of them are spittle lickers, and that's all they do, all because they need to have at least a cut. Yeah, well, some might say, well, there's no big deal about that. At least they will have something also from that same Nigeria. At least they won't leave it all to the north of Nigeria. But what I see is this. For Nigeria to restructure, the South have to come together as one. Not some groups of people out there because they are involved in some politics of looting, and they keep quiet and they say nothing about what is supposed to be spoken about. The South needs to come together. Voices need to be raised so that things can change. Things can change. It's a terrible thing. They are only concerned about that presidency, about that position, because so much power has been vested to that position. That is why they are all pushing forward towards having that, because they know for the next 8 years, that person that is on that seat will steal, will loot, will do whatever he wants to do. And afterwards, there is nobody, no EFCC, no one is going to be able to probe him, because that power is a totalitarian power. No one is going to probe. There is no president, head of state, that has been probed, even though they are all littered. They are all, bathed with so much criminal activities. It's a terrible thing that this is happening. So when you look at this, you will know that 2023 is going to be it's going to be something that I don't really know what to say about it, but it's a shame anyway. So guys, that's what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, Let us grow together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever our videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.